everybody, how's it going? Today I'm putting together another fall container, and I absolutely love fall containers. I was thinking about that the other day, and spring containers are like really they're really thought for and planned for because we've been like sitting all winter just waiting to do them. But for some reason for me, fall containers are really fun. I feel like fall containers are ones where I get to really play with a lot of texture and the warmer colors, which I like. And yeah, it's just a really fun time. So we are going to be putting together another fall container, and I'm actually going to have two more coming out. So if you guys like these and enjoy them, give them a thumbs up and let me know that you guys like to see some of these fall inspiration containers and what you guys think of them. And I hope that they're helping you guys. I hope that you get to see some combinations that you never would have thought of, or some things that inspire you and help you to make containers at your own home. Okay, so I kind of wanted to show you guys what was going to happen to this container from step one, because it has a few things going on here, and I wanted to just address some of those things and let you guys know what was happening. So first of all, I have a Heuchera in here, and I have a couple of different begonias. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 begonias in here. Now, I have heard, I have never done this, so I'm interested to try it. I've heard that you can winter over begonias in the house. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't want to leave these begonias in here, but they are still looking really good and they're still doing great. So I think I'm going to try to repot these begonias in this pot here all together in a nice bunch. Okay, there we go. There's the begonias all potted up. I think they look great. I think I really like them all together more than anything. A nice bunch all together. Looks really pretty. Okay, so you guys may recognize this container from a video we did earlier in the year, and I had a hydrangea in here, and I had the begonias, and I had this Heuchera in there. And I actually did a video where I took out some supertunias and some superbena that were in this pot. They were not doing very well in here, and my hydrangea also was not doing very well. I am not sure what is going on with that hydrangea. I've never had the problems before like I've had with this one, and I decided to just go ahead and plant the hydrangea out into the landscape to give it its best shot at pulling through. So that's what I did with that. I put it out in the landscape, but this pot has just had some issues. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of new soil to this. I'm also going to be putting some plant tone from Espoma in there, and hopefully that recharges the soil and gets it all ready for these new plants that we're going to be putting in. So let me go ahead and do that first. And I also wanted to mention I am going to be leaving this Heuchera in here. I think I like the purple-ish look that it has to it, and I think it can easily translate into fall. So I'm thinking about leaving this in, but we'll see. Okay, so I went ahead and added some fresh soil into the top of this container, and I added 3 big handfuls of the plant tone fertilizer into this as well. And now I'm just working that into the remaining soil that was already in there. You don't have to work it all the way to the bottom. You just want to make sure that you get it incorporated in the first couple inches of what you had. So then I'm going to go ahead and start picking out my flowers, my plants for this container. Okay, so here's what I got over here waiting, and this is just some of the things that I pulled together that I thought were really pretty, and we'll just have to see kind of what comes together with this container. I don't have much of a plan in mind. Oh, there's the sorghum as well, but I think it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so first I'm going to start with what I know. I know that I want to use this Jade Prince Millet. I called it a sorghum earlier. My mistake. This is a millet. A Jade Princess Millet is what it's called. And it looks really, really pretty. But I wanted to show you the bottom of this plant because I have never seen a plant this root bound before in all my life. I think that this plant is going to be much, much happier outside of its can. But I just wanted to show you here. If you can see that bottom about inch to half inch outside the bottom of the can, that is all roots. Do you guys see that? Insane. So you guys can get in there, you can see the roots coming right out the bottom of the holes. I have never seen one like this before. I've seen one coming out the bottom pretty good, but not that much. So the game plan with this, because I would never get this out of the pot like that, is I have my pruners here and I am just going to cut some of these roots. Now I don't want to go crazy with this because I don't want to kill my plant, obviously, but you can do some because you're going to have to be able to get it out of the container one way or another. I may actually end up having to cut this whole piece off the bottom just because they are so tangled together. Yep, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the base of this. Have you guys seen a plant this root bound before? This guy was not happy. Okay. So there, you can see I just cut the roots off the bottom of that. Let's pull him out of his can and see what he looks like. Yeah, so I think he should still have enough root system that he'll be okay. I'll probably loosen these up a little bit. I normally don't mess with roots very much, but this guy is so root bound that I think I will rough up his roots a little bit as I plant him. Okay, so one thing that I do know is I want this to be my centerpiece. Now, I was debating whether to make this like in the center of the pot centerpiece or if I wanted it more towards the back of the container. Man, I think I'm gonna have to snip these a little bit. If this plant dies because of this, I'm gonna be sad. I surely hope not. Okay, there we go. So, I'm thinking more towards the back. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with the back. And I think it's going to be really striking, really pretty. Okay, so let's get this one planted up. Okay, there it is. It's all done. And this container kind of took on a life of its own a little bit, to be honest with you. I think that it's a little wild. It's full of color. It's full of the orange and the red and the purple, which I love. And I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence of whether I love it or if it's a little too chaotic for me. I love the colors. I will say that. Like, I love the colors that are going on. It looks very full, very abundant, which I normally love. I love the abundant look. I like it to look like a full container right out the gate. I don't necessarily like containers that look like they need 5 months to grow to fill in. Although normally we need to kind of wait on that when we're doing summer flowers. But this one, because this is a fall container, I can get away with packing plants into this container. These plants will not grow very much. They do not need a lot of room. Plus, this container is quite a big soil reservoir. So the roots have plenty of room to go down if they need to. And so that's really important, making sure that your plants have enough room to grow and to spread out. But in the fall time, plants just do not put on as much growth, and that's because of the cooler temperatures and things like that. So I can get away with packing my containers full. Now, like I said, I don't know if I like this one as much as the ones I've done in the past. This one's a little pricey. It's a little over the top. It's a little wild. I kind of love that about it. I kind of am on the fence about it. I'd love to know what you guys think. Well, guys, I'm going to stick this container with the other two that I have. I have like a little trio of containers going on. I'm going to take some pictures of that and I'll show you what it looks like all together. And hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you get to see some inspiration, maybe some things that you'd like to repeat at your house. And we'll see you in the next one, guys.